So I think the fear is you're going to fail. You think you have to have it all together to walk into the priesthood, that you have to come in as a finished product. And of course, all of us know now that are priests, you're never a finished product. And that step through the seminary will help you to become more focused and more polished for the priesthood. But I think the biggest fear is the fear of everybody has in their life is that you're going to fail at it, and that you're not going to be worthy of it. And some of that, I think, is what holds a lot of people back. I always thought I was going to be a business person. That's what I went into. So, I had no idea what discernment really was. I just assumed that's what you do. You get a job and you go pay your bills and you start a family. So I really didn't even start discerning what God's will was for my life until I was well into my late 20s. And I remember just being kind of very lonely. There was always that longing for something more. I wasn't quite living up to this feeling I had on the inside that there was called to do something else and to serve in a different way. And that's when I really started to develop a relationship with the church. And through the sacraments, just very plainly, that's what kind of led me to feel the call for the priesthood the first time, just staying close to the sacraments and the Eucharist. Because I had given the world's way, living the way the world says, a try, and honestly, it didn't work for me. So I said, let's go live what the church says I should do. Let me give that a try. And at any point, if I feel like the church tells me I didn't belong there, or if I feel I wasn't called to the priesthood, then I felt open to leave. And I would make that, I would let the Archbishop know and all that. But just showing up there, I was completely open to whatever God had in store for me. My expectations of seminary were completely off. I never went to visit a seminary. I showed up day one as a seminarian, okay, and I went and studied under the Benedictines. And I think I was pleasantly surprised to see how normal it was. I wasn't just the only guy thinking of priesthood now. There was a lot of different guys at different stages in life and different ages, but they were all genuinely just good guys, good holy guys that enjoyed the same things I did. And I think that was just such a relief to see other men do that. For the first time, I got a true education. Nobody ever sat down and talked to me about, hey, this is what a well-formed human being looks like. This is our purpose. We're created in the image and likeness of God. This is what human beings do. This is how you think. And this is all stuff I really experienced in the seminary for the first time. And just, it's challenging, I'll put it that way. But anything in life worth its salt is going to be a challenge. I see a lot of things that make athletes good, that make people, the students in the school, that make them excellent at what they do, even in the classroom, on athletic fields, spiritually. All these things go together, and it goes back to the image of sacrifice, which is so instrumental in the priesthood, because you have to sacrifice if you're going to do anything well. And athletes, I think I knew this very early on. You could get up playing baseball. Either I could go to the batting cage and hit 300 baseballs, or I could sit there and play video games. If you're going to be any good at it, you have to do it. You have to sacrifice time, and you have to sacrifice effort. And a lot of these things that appeal, St. Paul talked about the athletics, and, run the race to compete. People they'll keep doing the same thing over and over, including myself, because it's comfortable. Even if they know it's probably not the best for them, but it's comfortable. So that's one of the major things. Like, change is hard. Changing in a person is hard, and that's why we need the grace of God to do it. Some days, if I didn't have to get up, if I didn't have reason to get out of bed, and I didn't have anything to go fight, I don't know what I would do. I think that is appealing to a lot of us, to go struggle and battle heroically against a lot of darkness. And they're just little things each day you have to do. Die to self. Overcome your temptations. Deal with somebody that's telling you the same thing for the 10th time. Somebody that just knows how to push your buttons and is going to do something to try to get under you. I don't know, and when you're tired, or to pick up the breviary and pray and do these things when you want nothing more than to just go space out for a little while. In the end, God is the only thing that matters. Your relationship with God, that will be the most important thing. That's who He has called us to be in communion with Him.